definitely
Oh
way.
my gosh.
Yep. Gosh. Praise gosh.
Praise gosh. Praise
In
be
gosh we
gosh.
trust. Praise be gosh.
We gotta take gosh out of schools. We gotta have a separate.
That's so true, man. It's so true. Gosh damn it. I always thought of gosh. Honestly, I've always thought of gosh as like a kind of like off-brand, like version of God, like
Sure.
as an entity that
Like
is
the
sort
store
of
brand
like,
version.
yeah,
Sam's
yeah,
Club.
exactly. Yeah, the Sam's Club version. In my head, there is a gosh, and he's just kind of, he's still like, he's not omnipotent. He's sort of like semi-potent. Like,
Mom, can we pray on the way home? No, we got gosh at home. We got gosh at home.
like the GoBots to the Transformers, you know, like just kind of the. Well, you know, gosh willing, we're gonna have a great show for you today. This, let me get right into it. Introduce our co-host this week, and I'd say absolutely, if I had to be a mule for smuggling any kind of illegal narcotic for this man, I would do it in a heartbeat. I would stuff anything anywhere for Omar Najam, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Could you tell I didn't have anything?
Yeah. Do you know how hurtful it is? Mine this week, I put so much research. I went through your personal history to prepare a thematic introduction for you, and you just wing yours on the fly. You're just discovering it as you go. You just probably went cars, borders. What do I do? All right, here's how a professional does it, Sandeep. Get ready for this. And folks, I'd like to introduce you to your host. I looked it up, the champion of the 1999 X Games, Sandeep Parikh.
Wow. You have to really dig deep there. Yep. Those are the days, man, when I could manual pop shove it with the best of them. Those are the only words I know from X gamey things. For those of you wondering why I'm host and Omar's lowly co-host, it's because I won last week's game. And I feel great. Listen, I haven't been in the host seat for so long, so this is like a big deal to me. Omar had it on lock for weeks. But I'm back, baby. And this is our show. It's ABCD, American Born Chatty Desis. It's a podcast within a live stream. That's right, we're live right now. Within our lives as two American Born Desis. It's a pod duckin'.
That's right.
We're going to get t-shirts of that. This is for anyone out there who, like us, are navigating our cultural identities and just want to chat it out.
Yes. This is happening in 3 acts, folks. That's right. Act 1, we're doing the chakra check, and where we're talking about the reality of family vacations. Then we go to Act 2, a game of Would You Rather, Summer Vacation Edition. And finally, we talk about our Desi of the Week.
Yeah, we're getting real summery here. I like it. We're at, you know, we're collectively having a seasonal change. So let's get into it. But first, before we get into it, we got to talk about our sponsor, which is DesiQuest.
Yes.
And that's our actual play TTRPG set in a South Asian mythology inspired universe, built by Jasmine, that bronze girl Buller, and it's got a stellar cast. Okay, we're talking Critical Role darling Anjali Bamani. She's hot. Dimension 20 darling Rekha Shankar, hot. And 2 more darlings, Omar, hot. And me, lukewarm. And yeah, I'm excited. The show's coming along. I'll just say this. I'm just teasing a teaser. Teaser is coming out very soon for the show. We're right there. We got to get one last little piece for it, and then we're going to release that sucker, and I think people are going to be excited. For more info, though, and to get on our mailing list, to maybe be one of the first, besides our backers, to see this teaser trailer, go to DesiQuest.com or click the link in our show notes. That's DesiQuest.com, DesiQuest.com.
That's right. And we have one other sponsor this week. You're not going to believe it, but it's you. That's right. Thank you so much for helping us out, all the folks on Patreon. Please head over to patreon.com/EffinFunny. That's EffinFunny. We've got multiple tiers for contribution at $5 a month. You get to play with us during our after show here on Twitch for $10 a month. Sandeep sings your name in the credits. Sometimes it's a cappella. Sometimes he does it with the guitar. That's right.
I got the
next to
guitar.
him.
I got the guitar today. Okay, it's getting the real deal.
And we got so much more. So support a couple Desis in the creative arts and help us keep the ABCD lights on. Again, that's patreon.com/EffinFunny.
Bam. And we're going to get right into our chakra check-in.
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah. So today we're talking about family vacations. And I think, as sons of immigrants, we probably had somewhat similar, maybe similar sort of experiences during family vacations. I know I certainly had interesting ones with my family. Obviously, we're talking about this. Why are we talking about this now? Because summer is right here. It's vacation time, baby.
Yeah,
right.
It's vacation time.
Yeah. So when I just say this phrase to you, Omar, son, we're going on a family vacation. Which chakra do you feel that in, and why? The whole family, we're piling in.
Oh,
Let's
God.
go, beta. Let's go.
I think if I were to have to choose one, it would be. I feel it in my solar plexus and maybe my sacral chakra, just because it's scared. Like, I feel scared.
Okay.
I'm just like, oh no. That's where I'm feeling it right now. Where I'm just like, oh gosh.
So your emotional kind of area.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. It's like it's making you anxious. Okay. So what was your general experience on these vacations? Were they nerve-wracking? Were you put to the test? Like what?
Yeah, we drove. We never flew. And
Oh yeah. I mean the cars. The road trips. Oh, the road trips.
Oh, the road trip.
Now, what did you drive in? I need some details.
A green Mercury Villager.
Yeah.
I want to say a 1997 or 6 Mercury Villager.
Okay.
It's a big old van. Or they would rent, like, they were like, we don't want to put miles on our car, so we're going to rent a vehicle.
Yeah. Oh,
how
wow.
about you
That's
guys?
fancy.
My if you saw the cars, you wouldn't think so, but...
That's fair, but my parents would just run. We had a Honda Odyssey, I think it was called. No, what was it? It was even old. I don't know. It was like an old minivan. We would take all the seats out, okay? And so no seatbelts. I don't know if you guys rocked seatbelts. Not the Parikhs.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm a little older than you, so we were still at a time where my parents would fight the idea of wearing seatbelts.
Okay.
And certainly for these long ass road trips, they would just remove the seats, the van seats, and we would just like camp out in the back and drive like freestyle. like you know how it felt probably for when you ever see Teen Wolf when he's surfing on top of the van.
Yeah.
I know what that feels like because I did that inside of a van and definitely was flung side to side and had a blast.
Okay. So a bit of a mystery machine situation.
Yeah, I guess.
A little bit of a Scooby-Doo van,
Yeah.
with Shaggy and Scoob in the back. Okay. We never went anywhere, and I feel bad saying this. I don't mean it in terms of the end product, but what I mean is the idea of the destination. We never went anywhere fun. It wasn't like
wow.
we're going to a resort.
Okay.
It wasn't like we're going to like this place that like Disneyland. Never did anything like that.
Okay.
It was we went to national parks or places of somewhat importance.
Right. So it was like educational.
It was like lots of educational. I was like a junior ranger program person.
Yeah. It's like take some days off of school. We're going to this library. We're gonna road trip to this library. 6 hours away.
It was arduous.
Yeah. Yeah.
that way.
So because you guys you're Bay Area, right? That's where you were raised as a kid. So where were you guys going out to? What was your? Do you have any favorite spots?
Oh, me personally, because the thing is, like, so when I was a kid, things could be fun, right? Like when I was a child, because you're just like, oh wow, the gift shop has a stuffed animal, like that was great for me. As I became a teenager, all I wanted was to stay home. I was like, I don't want to go anywhere.
You were like,
I just want to stay. I want to hang out with my friends.
Yeah, sure, totally. Did they ever like sort of like, oh, you can bring a friend? Did you have a friend come with? That's how they made it exciting for me.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think they might have entertained the idea and been like, absolutely not. We're not hanging out with another child.
Right.
We're not responsible for this.
My parents were like, yeah, pile them in. We can fit. There's no seats.
You were more the merrier. You're a more the merrier family.
Oh yeah, big time. We did a lot of
Stack vertical.
Yep. We had friends. I had friends come with me to Montreal. It's on a ski trip. Friends go to Hilton Head. Like my parents loved driving to like a different state and then like posting. I mean, we never did anything expensive. Everything was on like super cheap. We had a lot of sort of those. We road tripped from New Hampshire to Disney 3 times, which is an 18-hour drive. And we do it in a straight shot. I'll never forget this. I'll tell you one little story. Yeah. Oh yeah. We do it in one straight shot. You always knew you hit New Jersey by the smell of the 95. So we knew we were like, okay, we're like half-ish way there. It was like whenever like a cousin came from India, it would be like, we're taking them to Disneyland, to Disney World. Like that was like, we're going to take them to Disney World thing to show them the best. To them, that was the best place in America. And so I'll never forget, we drove all the way down to Disney, and my parents did the thing that they used to do a lot, I guess before I was born, but the one time I really witnessed this was that they just grabbed a phone book, looked up Patel and Parikh in the phone book, and then called, I think it was the first person they called, answered the phone, and they were like, started speaking Gujarati immediately. They became immediate friends and was like, I have my whole family here. Can we come have dinner? And if you have a place to stay. And that family owned a hotel, owned a Days Inn. And we just rolled up on this Days Inn and stayed, like they stayed in like one of their like joint rooms things. So they had like their own, and we just like stayed with this Patel family in Orlando that we had just met. And that's where we crashed for our Orlando vacation when I was like 6.
What?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Isn't that baller? I think it's so baller. Like, I kind of want to do that now. Like, I wonder if it would still work if I just, like, called up, like, a Desai in, like, in, what was it, Bloomington Normal? Or
Yeah. You'll have to, it's a couple pages of the phone book. You'll have to definitely go with the first one, but otherwise you'll have options.
And be like, hey, so Mr. Desai, or like, Harish Bhai, I'm Sandeep Parikh, and I can barely speak Gujarati. Can I stay at your house? I don't know, man. It's crazy.
That's so wild. Yeah, we stayed at a Motel 6s for the most part.
Yeah.
And we didn't go to Orlando. My parents' favorite places to go were like Arizona and New Mexico. And it would be like, we heard about this obsidian extinct volcano, so we're going to drive all the way out there and go check that out. And as a teenager, I was just like, I want to go, like I remember, and this is such a teenage immature thought, but I'm just being honest because I'm always on the show. I just remember being like, I just want to go flirt. Like, this is a waste of my life, and I'm just standing in the middle of a barren landscape. Like some, I don't know, Lars von Trier film. I was like, I hate this.
But you never found like the other kid that was stuck on the family vacation there too, and made eyes across the room and
The hot
You
young
know.
geologist who was out there checking out the obsidian.
That would
Yeah.
be, oh god, that would be so rad. That's actually, when NaNoWriMo comes around, I'm gonna write that. That's very good.
yeah. The plot of Dirty Dancing. That never happened to you. You never found your. You never got your Patrick
I'll be
Swayze.
honest, the plot of Dirty Dancing never happened. There was one time that I felt cool, like a cool traveling teenager. Which is wild because we're from California, so I should have just milked that. But I remember we were in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and talk about people staring at you. This was 2000s Jackson Hole, Wyoming, post 9/11. Really good time.
Oh boy! Oh no!
The brown people are back. They're gonna take down the Tetons. Over my dead body. Oh man.
It was.
They're gonna drive the Mercury, whatever, into the Old Faithful. Sorry.
And so I went to we were just in this antique store, and there was just a guy playing some music, and he didn't look like he wanted to work in an antique store. And I just remember going, "Hey, are there any cool music venues in town?" Like I was gonna go, and he was just like, "There's this really cool ska band. Are you into also some math rock stuff?" And I was just like, "Oh man, yeah, anything like Pavement." And he's like, "Oh, cool, my dude." And then we talked a little bit, and I walked out, and I was just like, "I'm the coolest person here." Didn't go to
That's
that
pretty
concert
cool.
because I had to get dinner
Yeah.
at 5 and then go sleep in a Motel 6 and play Pokemon. So
But hey, you sounded like you were gonna go potentially, and
It's
that's
true.
half the battle, honestly. Nice. I don't think I was trying to think if I've ever had any vacation romances. I definitely had a lot. So we would go to this place called the Anand Ashram, which
Okay.
was this upstate New York ashram, and they were often these. It was mostly, now that I think about it, it was mostly white kids
okay.
at an ashram.
Okay.
I guess that tracks. The
Yeah.
people that, I don't know. That's like going to a yoga class now. It's mostly white people.
Right.
So anyway, I had some flirty times with kids there, but nothing ever materialized. I didn't know how to close at the ashram.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to.
Lots of times it has to do with the venue,
Yeah.
It really is.
I'll meet you at the meditation center at at 6 p.m. Baby. didn't quite know how to pull that off. One last thing, because I got to tell you about this. Just so crazy. I don't know if this, what was your dad like? I feel like in terms of the sort of stereotypical vacation dad, like the Chevy Chase-ness of it all. Where did your dad rank in that?
Oh my god. Okay, wanted to go on vacation so badly. So ding Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
Didn't want to do family activities. So not Chevy Chase from those movies.
Okay. Okay.
My dad is. I realized this a couple months ago when I actually went on a little vacation with my dad. He is a football dad, like a varsity blue sort of why can't I talk to you about anything but football? Why don't you want to talk about it? But photography.
Okay.
So he would want to go out, but it wouldn't be hey, so
That took a turn.
are you I don't know, what are you up to? What's going on? He was just oh, cool. Which lens do you think I should use? And that would be a conversation. So yeah, he would pop off, go just take photographs all day, and then at night just talk about the photographs he took.
That is still very dad. That is very
Yeah.
vacation dad maneuver. So my dad, speaking of photography, we went to India when I was 5, and he had a camcorder. But I don't think it recorded to any. It didn't have its own tape, so it wasn't a cam. I don't know. It was a video camera that only worked connected to a VCR. So he literally had a VCR. Did anybody else have this?
Sorry. Somebody bumped the button as we brought it down.
What was that button? That was amazing.
That's a VCR.
The VCR was still plugged in, and sorry about that.
Okay, no worries. But he had a VCR attached to his body. He had it strapped to his body, and we'd walk around these temples, and that's how he'd take videos. Now I don't remember if that's because what that's all the technology was capable of at the time. I was 5 years old, or if he was like somehow, like it was somehow the cheapest way of doing it, which is more likely. Have you heard of this? Am I in like?
So your dad was like, I'm imagining Data from the Goonies. Like that's what I'm seeing right now in my head.
How do you power the VCR? That's such a great question. I don't know. So if Heston's in chat, I don't know. I just remember
I
him
never
literally
encountered a
walking
battery
around.
operated VCR in my life.
He must have. I gotta find this out. He must have plugged in the VCR and then only had like a certain radius.
He just got like an extension cord running down the back.
He like leashed himself to this. But I remember it. I swear to you, he definitely had a VCR strapped to his body.
Mr. Parikh, there's something happening down the hall. Like I can't. I can't. I'm sorry. The birthday party's happening in the hall. I'll have to get it from here.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
You got to bring the birthday party here.
Can we set up a series of mirrors? Like.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I remember. I don't know if this was a time when people were traveling with VCRs or literally like I don't know. But I'm gonna have to ask you about. I'm gonna follow up. I'm gonna follow up with my dad on this and verify whether this was just an insane like nightmare I had, a recurring nightmare I had as a child, or if it was really what happened. But that's what I have in my memory.
Your next film has to be shot this way. It's gonna be such a hit in Silver Lake.
Yeah, for sure.
Specifically,
for sure.
a tiny theater is gonna love this movie.
For sure. Well, for that reason, I didn't pick my chakra, but I'm gonna go with third eye chakra for me in terms of where it hits me. I feel like I look back on these pretty fondly, even though they were filled with like so many embarrassing, awkward moments. But they were there was a I don't know. There was like a timelessness to it in a way for me, and so that's why I'm gonna pick. Third eye. So there you go. That's our chakra check-in. Shall we jump to our next segment?
Let's do it. All right. So we are now heading into what is going to be a battle of the ages. It's going to be Would You Rather Summer Vacation version.
Great.
There it is, echoing throughout time.
Timelessness.
So we've got some comparisons here. Is this a thing where we want to pick one and try to win, or is this a thing where we're just gonna between the two of us hash out the winner?
I think let's just hash it out.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me lay this out then, just to make it easier.
Okay.
For this summer, you only get one of these.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's the would you rather, right?
Okay.
Okay.
So, and it's right now. It's not like in the past.
No.
This is like this summer, I get one or the other and not the. Okay, got it.
And not the other.
Okay. All right, let's do this.
Until the leaves start turning brown and the jack-o'-lanterns start adorning the porches.
Copy that.
Okay. So let me hit you with the first one. Tandoori or barbecue?
Oh, like to eat or to
In general.
I think it's got to be across the
wield.
board. Both.
Yeah,
Oh, like
across
To
the
use
board.
or to eat from.
To use or eat from. Well, here's the problem. I'm a bad South Asian here in that I don't have a lot of experience with the tandoor. Now, in a way, I almost want to take away the barbecue so that I'm forced to become good at the tandoor because, like, I know it's freaking cool.
Yeah.
For those unfamiliar with the tandoor, from what I know of it, only because literally I have a cousin that has one in his backyard, and it's just this like clay. It's like a clay oven.
Yeah.
It's cylindrical as far as his is. Maybe I don't know if this tracks for all of them, but it's like cylindrical and it's super hot and like obviously you cook stuff within it. But like the cool thing I remember is that you cook naan bread by like slapping it on the sides of the cylinder.
Yes.
And that's how naan bread, like how it's officially supposed to be cooked.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't. I'm trying to remember what he actually uses. I guess it's just charcoal, but I don't. Or maybe it's wood. I'm not sure what the actual heating
and then
element
you have
is.
like a giant, like a long stick to pull like the naan off.
Yeah, you gotta get the
Yeah,
stick.
because it's down in the pot. It's like you're not reaching your hand down in there.
No, it's like crazy hot.
It's basically a kiln for food.
Kiln. There you go. That's an apt comparison.
That's a good descriptor. That's it. So what are we going with here?
I think I'm gonna go with the tandoori because I think I want to challenge myself because I want that challenge in my life to expand my repertoire. But otherwise, I'm a pretty amazing griller. It is one of my skills for sure.
Oh,
so
right.
It'd be tough.
Okay.
What about
Invite
you?
me over next time.
Nah, I don't. I'm busy that day.
Sorry, it's actually friends and family only.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Yeah, that day is going to be rough, whatever that day is.
Sorry, actually, I got rid of it for the sole purpose of you not inviting yourself over to my tandoori.
I can't. I can only have a tandoori. I can't do it. What's yours?
I'll do the same because it's this summer, right? So why don't we take a break from the usual? I'm tired of I feel like a lot of seasonal things have gotten a little boring, in my opinion. Predictable. Let's change it up. You know, Trader Joe's every so often is like, this is the winter of hot chocolate, and you're just like, I guess so, yeah. Like if you say so.
Mind blown, Trader Joe's.
It's raspberry spring, and you're like, I guess everything's raspberry now. I guess I hadn't really thought about that. Right. Kumquat autumn.
Kumquatum?
Kumquatum.
Yeah, everybody loves kumquatum. I don't know what you're not going to rain on kumquatum. You're not going to take kumquatum away from me, are you?
So I vote this is the summer of tandoor. I vote that this is the summer of tandoor. I like it.
Loquatum sucks, man.
All right, no barbecue for either of you all summer.
No barbecue. You gone.
Ugh.
So second up, we're going to go road trip versus plane trip. Okay, you can only have one of these for the entire summer. What are you picking for your vacations for this summer? I don't know what you have planned.
Oh, no.
I don't know if you already
have to go
flights.
to Australia. Yeah.
So you either have to drive to Australia or, which you can technically do. I will count you driving. I will count you driving your car onto a ferry and ferrying across to Australia. So you don't have to cancel your plans. You just can't take a flight.
That's interesting. Okay, listen, I'm not trying to overly complicate this. I know that the whole premise of this thing is like, which is this? Like, and what I should be saying is, I have to go to this wedding. But road trips are so fun. Road trips are such a thing in the summer. I love summer road trips. So
let's for the purposes of this, because I think it does get confusing if you have specific plans this summer. It's just for the next 5 summers, if you could only road trip or plane.
What I was gonna say though is if I could drive onto a ferry.
Oh, okay, all right, you like that? Okay, great.
And I could work the cruise line. If I could work the ferry.
Oh, you can make some money.
Yeah.
Do some improv or
or
do some D&D
they'll hold
shows?
my car, they'll give me a room, and then I get a flat rate.
Dude, D&D cruise with Omar? Hell yeah. I would do that.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
It would be a lot better than an improv cruise with Omar, let me tell you that.
Yeah, for sure. D&D and don't drown cruise.
So if I could work it, let me work it.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go road trips.
I'm gonna go road trips too. First of all, I'm pretty sure I got COVID from the last flight I just took. I'm quite confident.
Yeah.
And I wore my mask, so yeah. So there's that element. However, I don't think I would do the ferry thing. I think I'm just gonna road trip it because I am not a big fan of cruises. Those absolute cesspools of
speaking of places to get COVID,
communicative illnesses.
Lock everybody in a box with all those monsters.
Has there been a zombie outbreak movie that's taken place on a cruise?
Ooh, that's what Speed 2 Cruise Control should have been.
Yes, yes. Dude, let's rewrite that. That's
It's
brilliant.
100%. We're rebooting Speed 2. And like the
Yeah.
Speed franchise? No. You heard us. Speed 2, Cruise Control. We're keeping the
Cruise
title.
Control. Yeah, I love it. All right. So, okay,
Okay.
planes gone. Poof. We're road tripping.
Oof. All right. I'm going to throw this one over to you. You ready for this?
Wait,
I
real
think
quick
this
before we
one's- I
go
think
over.
this one's hard.
Real quick. What's your favorite road trip snack? Let's say it together on the count of 3. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2,
2,
3.
3.
Twizzlers.
Sour straws. Okay.
Hey.
Okay.
We both picked gummy cylinders.
All right.
I mean,
Typecast as always.
I feel more connected to you now. All right, go ahead. Go to the next one.
Beaches or mountains?
Ooh, for the summer.
Yeah.
I gotta go beach. I'm a big beach volleyball guy, and
Oh,
it
Mr.
is,
Top Gun over here. Okay.
I'm very Top Gun. I oil myself up. I'm not cut, so it's just like an oily dad bod. No one's happy about it. But I'm very short. I'm not great at beach volleyball. I just love it. I love diving in the sand. I'm quick. I'm quick in the sand, Omar.
Yeah.
I can get to that. I can get to the balls.
Are
And
you
I'm a good-
slow on a mountain? Is
slow
it
on
like
a
the
mountain.
opposite?
I'm slow on a mountain. It's the altitude. What are you doing on a mountain in the summer? Hiking? That's fine. But like, it's
There's
not like
lakes. There's
Yeah,
festivals.
There's the whole freaking ocean by the beach. There's also lakes, like at sea level. Like I don't need to go to a mountain for lakes. I'm just saying, for the summer, I think the beach is a no-brainer for me.
All
Where are
right.
you at? Where are you
All
at?
right. Because otherwise, you just go to the beach in the other seasons, and it seems like you're right. You're
You know
right.
what I'm saying? Like winter is a different story. We're talking mountain, then mountains.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. I do love a winter beach.
Okay,
I
you
do
love
love a moody Damien Rice music video, Winter Beach.
Okay, hey, look, I'm not. Like that's not off the table. You can still go to
It's
winter.
just for summer. This is just for summer. You can go to both of these during the winter.
Yeah, you still got a winter beach, man. I don't know. I think this to me, this is a no-brainer.
All right. All right. What do we got next?
Group trips versus solo trips. You can only do solo trips or bring the family. So bring the
Okay.
family or ditch the family. You can only get one. Where are you at?
Oh, so is it specifically family?
I like group versus solo. Like you can't.
Okay.
No friends or family.
Okay. So solo's no friends or family.
Yeah.
Group is just other people.
Yeah, just other people that
Other
you.
group.
Yeah. Okay.
Group. I don't
mean,
need to go on a
think
solo
I
adventure.
know. Well,
In the summer,
let me say this.
I'll get
Have you done a
dehydrated.
solo? Have you done? You wouldn't remember to drink water? Like you
That's-
people,
That's not a joke.
like someone at your mom has to remind you.
Or a
drink water?
friend. Or someone in the group.
No, man, you're one of those people that make someone the mom of your friend group, aren't you?
Yes.
Yep. Guilty as charged. Okay. Have you done a solo trip?
I've done a mini solo trip up to mountains. Thank you very much. No, also to
Not
beaches.
this summer,
but-
baby. But like, like a long trip to like, have you ever done like a solo trip to like a different country for a while? That doesn't speak English. Like, have you ever done like solo backpacking or?
No, never done solo backpacking. I wander around Boston by myself. Does that count?
No. So here's where I'm like the only pitch for solo for me.
Yeah.
Is I did one solo trip in my life. I was
Okay.
in my mid 30s, and it was right after a big breakup, and I did 12 days in Italy. But I had my own eat, pray, love like situation. It was. I still want to be there. Like I love my family. I love my son. But that 12-day solo trip, I learned so much about myself.
Yeah.
And I was so scared to do it. I was really, really scared. I found every which, I was trying to find ways to weasel myself out of it. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, maybe my throat's a little scratchy. Maybe I should cancel it or whatever. Because
Maybe I shouldn't go
like
to Italy.
subconsciously I knew I was just like, this is terrifying. I don't
Yeah.
speak the language. I don't, you know, I also tend to want a mom around me. And I was very anxious. I didn't know what to expect. And it was transformative. It was a transformative experience. Like, it was interesting because like, and I'll keep it brief, but like, it took me like 3 or 4 days to get into the vibe of being a solo traveler,
Right.
Because like, there is this energy of like when you're alone, you feel so awkward about entering any other social group.
Yeah.
Like at a bar, at a restaurant, or whatever, because like you're alone, so you have nobody to socially validate you. Like there's no one
Yeah.
there a buddy to be like, you know, yeah, he's normal, he's not a murderer, you know, like to help you with that part of the vibe.
Right.
So you're kind of like up to your own wits, and then put on top of that you don't speak the language that well. But what I found was I started to shed that sort of veneer of nervousness, and had this like, I don't care if anybody wants to talk to me. Like I'm good sitting at this cafe and drawing, or I'm good just like, you know, going to this museum by myself. And then like, I think giving that energy off, people started to come to me, like sit down across from me at the cafe and start chatting, and like, you know, it was unbelievable. It was just like such a cool experience. I could suddenly like, it was easier to engage in conversation with people, even though I couldn't speak the language that well, just by virtue of like giving off the like, I am just here to meet people and be happy vibe. It was crazy. And so
All right, I
had
changed
an
my
incredible
vote.
experience.
I'm going solo. I want to eat, pray, love.
I think you made the right
Highly
choice.
recommend.
My last trip
Highly
was a solo,
recommend.
and I have to agree. That's the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liberating.
As a social person, I was very scared of it. I thought I would get very lonely, and it was quite the opposite. It actually sort of awakened me to how not alone we are. Like how like just and like how language barriers don't matter as much if you are sincere in your desire to want to connect, not because you want something, but just because you want to connect. Like not because you want to get laid, not because you want to, you know, find out what a cool place to hang is, or whatever. Like if you have no real ulterior motive, then people want to connect too, and you can just kind of use broken Italian and broken Spanish to connect. People are happy to do it. People are happy to, like, jokes happen, you know, by virtue of just you being in the moment with somebody. It's really cool. So that's my pitch for solo.
You won me over. Okay, it's
Great.
solo. That's
And with
great.
that, I'm picking group. Because I got a family. I'm not going anywhere without my little one, my little 4-year-old. Not for this summer, but if I didn't have him and my wife, I would definitely have picked solo.
There's no way this next one could have as emotionally resonant of an answer, but let's challenge ourselves to try to get there.
Let's try.
Going for a swim or reading a book?
Let me tell you about this 12-day swim I did. Changed my life. Technically, I was just pulled out by the undertow and almost drowned, but I met a mermaid, and she
I
was
went to go check out
wonderful.
a book when I was in Madrid on my way to Barcelona, and I ended up staying with a family. and really changing as who I was.
I love that. I wish
the book
that
was
was
Guitar
true.
for Dummies, but
The book was Books for Dummies. How to read books. Okay, so this is like a what's your like travel hobby kind of a thing.
yeah.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead? Yeah. Are you swimming? Are you going for a dip in the pool, or are you laying out reading a book?
This is tough. This is actually tough for me because immediately I was gonna say I don't really care about swimming that much, but then I realized it's summer. It's like hot, right? Like you kind of want to be able to take a dip.
Yeah, because you won't be able to do it otherwise. No
And-
swimming.
Let's be
Is
honest.
drowning still permitted?
Yeah.
You
Okay.
mean like
Because I might have to go
causing
that route
someone-
if I can't swim.
You mean drowning yourself or causing
Just
trying to
gen-
drown
just-
somebody else?
Like, can you get in the water but just stop swimming and then you can still take a dip?
Yeah.
You have to wait for a lifeguard to like fish you out.
Delvin, you're ruining the podcast. Okay? I didn't get it. I just didn't get it. I'm teasing. I think you can still drown. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still drown.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like you're not like suddenly not capable of like you still have to abide by like regular pool safety measures.
If we choose swimming, we end all drownings.
Yeah,
Okay.
You're
Okay.
not like become Aquaman or something.
If we choose reading, we cure COVID. So this is a real.
This is
This
the
is a real
stakes just
Sophie's
got
choice.
way higher. Listen, I think for me, I'd say 60% of the time I bring a book.
Yeah.
It's aspirational. I don't think I rarely crack that book. I'm picking swimming. I don't think that it's worth. I can read articles. It's fine. How about you, Omar?
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a swim. I'm gonna take my books. I'm gonna hold on to them for the winter. I'm gonna go up to a mountain, but
Yeah.
in a group, and we're all gonna read together, huddled for warmth.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna go
love
for
it.
a swim.
That makes sense. You go for, wait, did you pick mountain? Hold on.
No, I'm just
I don't
here to
remember now.
defend mountains. I feel like we were
No,
really
no, you-
flippant about just
So
blasting past
far
mountains.
you've opted for Tandoori, road trip, and beach unanimously. You tricked Omar into going solo, even though you're not going
Yeah.
solo.
Well, I can't
Tricked.
go
What's
solo
gonna
with him
happen to
anyway.
me?
I can't go solo with him anyway. It would break the rules if I went
Why was
solo.
I tricked?
He was inspired. And then, okay, so you were just defending mountains because you were like, oh, we
I
can't
just
shit
feel
on
like you were
mountains.
so quick to be like, ugh, mountains, lakes, who cares? I gotta get greased up. Do you get greased up on a mountain?
Who gets great? No one's playing with the boys on a mountain. No, there's no montage of, I don't know,
There are
like
so
hiking with your
many-
friends and flexing. Flexing is
There
there.
are so many homies by themselves with farmers' tans running through mountains, running through Big
Yeah.
Bear. You know this.
Oh man. Anyway, okay, so we both picked swim. So
Yeah.
books are gone. But yeah, you read a book at home. Yeah, you don't need to bring a book on vacation. It's fine. All right. Well, look, that's the end of which one would you rather?
Would you rather?
Was that a would you
Which
rather?
one would you rather is the new
I just don't think.
segment name?
Can I just call out our podcast? I don't think this should have been titled "Would You Rather" because to me, "Would You Rather" is like, some like
They're both bad.
they're like really specific bad things. Like,
Right.
would you
Yeah.
rather, swallow this bucket of cod liver oil, or you can only speak in exclamation points? Like these are just like, you want this thing or that thing? That's what this segment's called. You want this thing or that thing? Anyway, our last segment, which is appropriately titled, is Desi of the Week. This week, our Desi of the Week is Padma Lakshmi.
Yes.
That's right. Padma Lakshmi is an Indian-born American author, activist, actress, model, philanthropist, and television host. And she is just, frankly, she's just littering my Instagram. That's mostly why I was inspired to nominate her this week. But she is a host of the cooking competition program Top Chef on Bravo continuously since season 2. That's 2006. For her work, she received a Primetime Emmy nomination for Outstanding Reality Host in 2009 and 2020 through 2022. She's also the creator, host, and executive producer of the critically acclaimed docuseries Taste the Nation with Padma Lakshmi, which premiered in June 20th on Hulu and explores the food and culture of immigrant and indigenous communities across America. And I highly recommend you follow her on Instagram.
I actually have a quotation here from Padma Lakshmi, which I absolutely love, and it's, we don't just go into a community, visit them, and we're out, and then rinse and repeat in the next town. We're looking at the larger issue of immigration in the country that is so integral to the foundation of our modern republic, but also through the ever-evolving thing that is America. immigration is so uniquely important to this country out of all the countries in the world, and it's what has made its superpower.
Hell
I love
yeah.
that.
I love that. She is, by the way, extremely inspirational on her Instagram. Like, there's a lot of just amazing little nuggets and quotes that I get from her all the time. So she is definitely our Desi of the week. I think it's perfect for the summer. She's also, I think she was on the cover of Sports Illustrated as a 52-year-old, rocking her summer look.
Let's go.
Let's just say, 52 does not look like 52 when I was a kid. I'm just going to say that it doesn't look anything like what that age used to mean back in the 80s. That's for sure. She's rocking it. So give her a follow. And I know this is going to go right next to her Emmy. Just a clip of this Desi of the week from the ABCD podcast. So congratulations, Padma. You really deserve it. I hope this really brings your career to new heights. By the way, real quick humble brag. She did comment on one of my stand-up comedy videos. Okay.
What did you please stop doing this? What did she say?
Honestly, if I'm being totally honest, it's a little bit ambiguous as to whether it was a compliment or not. Okay, unclear to me as to whether or not it was a compliment. I'm gonna look it up right now.
What was it? What was it?
I'm looking it up. Hold on.
I would love if it's not ambiguous.
No,
like, wow, horrendous, and you're like,
no.
God, it really goes either way.
Even if she said, "Wow, that's horrendous," I'd be like, "That's so cool that Padma Lakshmi took her time out of her fucking day to be like, that was terrible." That would be like, why? Why would she do that? So one of my clips went crazy viral, and it got 2 million views ish, around there. Where is it? And she commented. It landed on her feed somehow.
Let's go.
So here it is. I'm gonna find the thing, hopefully, where she said a thing, unless she deleted it. Okay. No, she didn't. Thankfully, she didn't. She wrote. Okay, so this takes some context. I'll try to be quick. The whole joke is that namaste doesn't mean what you think it means, especially to yoga teachers who use it at the end of their class.
Yeah.
To me, it was always used as a greeting, and so I make this whole joke about how, in my family, we use it to mean sup or hey, not, the divine light. It's a respectful greeting, but like it's more of a greeting. So the joke is when you end your class, when you end your yoga class, what you're really saying is, let's take a deep breath. It's a class together. What's up? Is like the joke. Padma Lakshmi wrote, "Yup, definitely only sup." That's what she wrote. That's her comment.
That's a stellar review.
You think it's a stellar review?
It could.
Yeah.
It's there's potential. There's sarcasm in there.
I wasn't sure if it was sarcastic.
Are there any emojis to go with it?
No emojis.
No emojis.
0 emojis. It's just yup, not even definitely. Yup, def only sup. And then I wrote back, I will be pointing to this as the definitive ruling in my favor. Was up, prayer hands emoji. So I planted the flag in. This is not sarcastic.
Yes. She would have come back and clarified. She would have been like, "My dearest Sandeep, you seem to have an excellent skill in misunderstanding."
Because we had a whole podcast about this, but you remember there's a lot of people that were like, "That's not what namaste means."
Yeah.
Blah blah.
A lot of white people mostly, but yeah.
It wasn't just white people. It was Indian
I'm not
people
saying
too,
it was
but yeah,
only. I'm not saying it's only.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of angry white people in there. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. I listen. I'm taking it as until she says otherwise. It is the definitive ruling by Padma Lakshmi that it means sup.
There it is.
And I think we will look up in the ancient Vedas and see the definition right there. Sup.
And it's quoting her.
And it's quoting Padma Lakshmi because she is eternal and infinite. We all know that.
Yeah. And that's what makes her our Desi of the week.
Bam, nice. Oh, what a segue. Hey, everybody, that's our show. As always, if you want to see our lovely faces, if you want to check out the VOD and other ways that you can hang out with us, those are all in the show notes, so please go down there. Oh, but most importantly, rate us and review us on that Apple podcast. That really, really helps us in the rankings or whatever. So do it. We love you for it. Or if you have any like specific feedback, like less Sandeep, more Omar's mom, like I get it. You can email that to abcdpodcastshow@gmail.com or jump into our Discord and tell us to our faces.
Hell yes. And let's talk about our sponsors really quick. We got DesiQuest, the TTRPG that stars us and other folks who are incredible and awesome. At the top, Sandeep, you were teasing a tease. So if you want to stay up to date with all the updates, go to DesiQuest.com. That's DesiQuest.com to sign up for that mailing list. And that'll give you up-to-the-minute news about the show. And we also want to thank our other sponsors, our Patreons and listeners. Thank you all so much.
You're right. We're gonna thank them. We're gonna thank them via song because, as always,
Here we go.
I hope this is the up to date because we are currently running a Patreon-a-thon. So there might be. I hope I don't miss anybody, but don't worry. If I do, I will sing your name next week. One last look at the Patreon notifications. Okay, I really don't. Oh, there is one more. I gotta add Pete Russell. I gotta add Pete Russell to the song. Oh boy. Oh boy.
There we go.
Hold on. Did you add it?
Pete.
Yep, he's in.
Delvin
Okay,
did
great.
it.
You're amazing. All right, here we go. The last people I'd like to thank are the Patreons who put money into our bank, which include Joshua Orion, Talby M. Carlo, Wuzak, Benjamin Lowe, Hunter P. Brown, Miranda Hollinger, Vaden, Mick Long, Christina Romero, Danny's Corner, Raylan Fox, Selena B., Adam Nickerson, Nebish, Heretic, Nervous Rex, Sarah H., Grassy, Santa Cruz, Tuplet, Jeremy O'Brien, Pete Russell, Ollie Oxenfree, John Lee Yang, Little Bug. And for the thing about this last guy, he's got a gorgeous face. He's the sexiest man in Ohio, and his name is the real Brandon Pesa. That's right. Brandon gets a couplet because he's even at a higher tier. But for the rest of you, thank you so much for supporting us. You're amazing.
The show is produced by Diego Lanao. The show's technical director and sound designer is Delvin Neville. The show's executive producers are Sandeep Parikh and Anand Shah. This is edited by Sean Meager. The music is by Harshal Sisodia, Jasveer Singh, and Malik Zaveri. This has been an EffinFunny production. And really quick, before you hop in, Sandeep, I just want to give a shout out to our friend Monroe. I was at the picket lines, and Monroe ran up to me and said, "I love ABCD. I listen and what's going on." So, Monroe, thank you so much. You know I adore you. You know I love you. Thank you. That made my week.
Yeah, keep stalking Omar. That's fantastic. On behalf of our co-host Omar Najam, I've been the host. This fine evening, Sandeep Parikh. May your chakras be aligned and smothered in chutney. Thank you for listening.